Trump, Epstein, and the birthday letter bombshell, a political time bomb. A fresh controversy has exploded onto the national stage, reigniting the long-dormant conversation around Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein. This week, the Wall Street Journal reported that Trump allegedly contributed a bizarre and provocative letter to a birthday album for Epstein back in 2003. The letter included a crude sketch of a naked woman, cryptic gags about shared secrets, and a signature from Trump himself. The letter was reportedly part of a 50th birthday album curated by none other than Ghislaine Maxwell. While it's old, dating back over 2 decades, it's already sending political shockwaves across the internet and media landscape. The letter and its context. According to the report, the letter was included in a collection of birthday tributes sent to Epstein for his 50th birthday in 2003. The contents, a sketch of a naked woman, accompanied by a note reading, "Happy birthday, and may every day be another wonderful secret." At the time, Epstein would have been 50 years old, meaning he was 66 when he died in 2019. A detail that, to conspiracy theorists, adds numerological intrigue. The number 66 has been widely cited in conspiracy circles as symbolic or ritualistic, feeding the flames of speculation around Epstein's controversial death. Trump's reaction: denial, fury, and threats of legal action. Trump wasted no time issuing a denial. He called the letter false, defamatory, and part of a broader hoax. On Truth Social, his personal social media platform, he blasted the report as an Epstein hoax orchestrated by Democrats and the mainstream media to tarnish his image ahead of the 2024 election cycle. He didn't stop at words. Trump vowed to sue the Wall Street Journal, News Corp, and even Rupert Murdoch himself, claiming the publication of the story was malicious and politically motivated. In a defensive move, Trump also ordered former Florida Attorney General Pam Bondi to pursue the unsealing of grand jury documents related to the Epstein case. However, such documents are legally protected and would require judicial approval that is highly unlikely, especially given the privacy rights of Epstein's victims. Divided base, MAGA versus MAGA. Interestingly, this scandal is fracturing Trump's own base. On Truth Social, the very platform built for his loyalists, Trump is being ratioed every time he mentions Epstein. Users are pushing back, expressing frustration and skepticism over what they see as attempts to downplay or whitewash his ties to Epstein. Major MAGA influencers like Laura Loomer and Charlie Kirk have dismissed the report as nonsense. Trump doesn't write letters, some argue, while others claim it's a clear forgery meant to stir division. Still, some in the dissident right aren't buying it. They see Trump's Epstein defense as too little, too late. There's now a growing movement calling for complete disengagement from the political system, boycotting elections until Republicans deliver something meaningful. Enter Elon Musk, AI, handwriting, and denial. Even Elon Musk weighed in. According to Musk, AI handwriting analysis suggests the letter is most likely fake, based on tone and style. His X, formerly Twitter post, added another layer of high-profile doubt to the story, fueling debate across digital platforms. Back to the archives, Trump and Epstein's history. Trump and Epstein weren't strangers. Throughout the 1990s and early 2000s, they attended social events together, were photographed side by side, and were both known for their ties to Mar-a-Lago and other elite gatherings. Trump once praised Epstein as a terrific guy who liked beautiful women, many of them on the younger side. Later, he claimed they had a falling out in 2007 when Epstein was reportedly barred from Mar-a-Lago. That same year, U.S. Attorney Alexander Acosta signed off on a highly controversial non-prosecution agreement that allowed Epstein to plead guilty to mere misdemeanors, despite federal charges on the table. Acosta later claimed Epstein's intelligence ties made the case above his pay grade. Epstein was arrested again in 2018, which finally brought his crimes into the public consciousness. His apparent suicide in 2019, while in federal custody, only added fuel to the ever-burning conspiracy theories. The legal and political stakes. If Trump follows through on his lawsuits, it could set a remarkable precedent. An ex-president suing the legacy media outlets covering him. This would be a new level of escalation in the ongoing war between Trump and the press. The Department of Justice has stated there is no client list to release and reaffirm their conclusion that Epstein died by suicide. Despite this, the public continues to demand transparency, as reflected in polling data that shows bipartisan support for full disclosure. Meanwhile, Bondi's earlier attempts to release Epstein-related documents alongside a group of online influencers amounted to little more than a controlled leak of already known information. The latest push feels similarly performative. Dissident voices and the 2024 landscape. This saga is increasingly becoming a test of Trump's credibility among his most radical supporters. Dissident right-wing influencers have openly stated they no longer support him. Some are calling for abstention from the 2024 election altogether. Trump, for his part, has lashed out at these former loyalists, seemingly suggesting he doesn't want their support anyway. That kind of rhetoric may come back to bite him, especially if these disillusioned voters decide to sit out the next election or support a different candidate. Final thoughts: a flashback to Obama's own letter scandal. Oddly, this entire episode mirrors another letter-based scandal involving former President Barack Obama. In 1982, a letter from a 21-year-old Obama to his girlfriend included this line, "I make love to men daily, but in the imagination." Though clearly reflective and philosophical, the letter became fodder for right-wing outlets years later. Some even tried to connect it to unrelated deaths near Obama's estate. Though these theories were debunked, they reveal how old letters can take on explosive significance decades later. Conclusion: old letters, new scandals. As we move closer to another pivotal election, it's clear that the past is never really past. Whether it's an old love letter or a crude birthday sketch, decades-old documents are being weaponized in the modern political battlefield. With the Trump-Epstein letter still unverified and legal action looming, the line between truth and narrative continues to blur. Whether this scandal derails Trump or merely becomes another data point in the long list of controversies remains to be seen. One thing is certain: the Epstein story isn't going away, and neither is the public's hunger for the truth.